normally say that thing that I say?
I don't know how we start. You
usually start it.
Hi, I'm Jimmy, and what a tangled web that Sony weaves when it makes Spider-Man adjacent movies. We watched Madam Web. Cut to the trailer.
Ezekiel Sims. He was in the Amazon with my mom when she was researching spiders right before she died.
That's the part that people always mock.
Why?
I recognize you. You live in my building.
After watching the movie, it doesn't seem nearly as bad.
Yeah, it seems like the rest
Was
of
it just her delivery?
It's just
her disinterest. That's her anyway.
But that's one reason I don't like Dakota Johnson. All right, everybody, what did you guys know about Madam Web before we watched the movie today? Did you have any kind of experience with the character?
I didn't know it existed.
I can tell you how I found out about Madam Web originally, which not from the comics, but from like the actual cartoon from the mid-90s that was on Fox Kids. So she was a way bigger part of like the cartoon than she was of the comic books, actually. Much like Aunt May, she's elderly in the comics and an attractive younger woman in the Sony movies. But yeah, she is an old clairvoyant lady who is blind and can't walk. And, you know, when I think of that, I think of Dakota Johnson.
Can we call you Cassie, or do you prefer Madam?
You may call me Madam.
Okay.
What does she do? Like, give him advice?
She sees the future. She's helped him, like, stop things from happening.
But she only sees it, like, right before it happens.
Well, in the books, she can see far ahead.
Yeah.
And, like, at the end of the movie, she saw 20 years ago.
she could see further in. As she got... She didn't know how to use her powers.
Maybe she's more trained at this point.
Yeah, she didn't know how to use her powers until she went back to Peru.
These are the characters that Sony owns. And,
well, if you remember at the end of Michael Morbius, or whatever that Dracula movie was, he met
Batman came at
he met the Vulture, and the Vulture said, "Hey, Dr. Morbius, we're gonna do some good," and like that means they're gonna get together, and all the bad guys get together. But she's not a bad guy, right?
No, that's what. That's
Madam Web. Yeah, Madam Web's not a bad.
Hugh doesn't like Madam Web.
I want to put Hugh just looking bored while Brad is talking about comics. now Hugh doesn't want to do.
Yeah, now he's.
Let's go.
So let's. I guess we can do.
Hey, Derek, you want to talk about the plot?
Yeah. Let's do the plot.
That's a Spider-Man movie right there. That's a good one.
That's a good one. So, Madam Web. That's what we watched.
You may call me Madam.
So, we open up in the Amazon with Madam Web's mother.
Is it Peru?
Yes, they're in Peru. They're in the Amazon section of Peru. You can put up a map of Peru so we can get a...
There's a map of Peru. I don't remember what she had wrong with her, but I know that there was like a detailed backstory because there was a doctor, and then like she was like, "Oh, she was there to save me," because she didn't. She's like, "Why would my mom go to Peru to look for spiders while she's pregnant with me?" But she went because she was trying to save Cassie or whatever. That's the thing that I'm bringing forth that into this.
Well, movie. I mean, it's good because I did not get that.
Okay, well there we know. I just wanted to clear. I wanted to clear the air for Dakota Fanning.
Sorry, I'm gonna say we're even
Dakota Johnson,
not Dakota Fanning.
Not
Dakota Fanning. Dakota Johnson. I'll clear the air for Dakota Fanning as well. How old is she now? Should I cut that out?
She's like in her 30s by now.
Okay.
Yeah, Dakota Fanning's like old.
Then I'll keep that in.
We're also introduced to the main antagonist of the film, Ezekiel.
Yeah. I feel like the spider stuff is so superfluous, other than the fact that they need him to wear a Spider-Man outfit.
Well, right. They need the Spider-Man connection because they're like, okay, we can't use Spider-Man. Yeah. They never even say Peter Parker, which we'll talk about the whole Peter Parker.
No, they don't even say his name.
But they cut out every like Spider-Man reference in the movie.
Yeah,
because they probably knew that they're never going to connect at the end of the day. But yeah, they still want to sell a Spider-Man movie to the masses. So here's a guy that's dressed up like a Spider-Man for some reason.
Then we're introduced to the spider people of Peru. And then we just cut to New York. She's all adults.
They get her back to America.
We don't know how she got to America.
She's in the fire department.
She
was in foster care, we learned. But I don't know how she got into foster care in America.
She's a paramedic.
Born in Peru.
And she works with Adam Scott, who is Uncle Ben.
Ben Parker. We
Ben
never see May
Parker.
Parker. We never see.
We never see Aunt May.
We never see Richard Parker either. We
Yep,
get Mary
we never-
Parker, who's pregnant in the
We
movie.
never see.
Played
we
by
never
Emma.
see Aunt May, and we never see.
I was about to say Emma
Peter
Thompson.
Parker.
Emma
So
Thompson
it's
and
basically her and Uncle Ben are partners.
Now, can they not show Aunt May?
Yeah, I don't think they can.
Is that why? Because that's
Because
MCU
it's-
has that.
yeah,
locked
I think
up?
it just might confuse. I think they're worried about confusing people because once again, we talked about this earlier when we were watching. When you watch the Spider-Man films, there's no Uncle Ben doesn't exist
Right, Uncle Ben doesn't exist in the.
because
Yeah.
You.
Yeah.
Get out the
Yeah.
window.
Down. Off.
The movie's real slow, but we finally get to kind of the meat of the movie where
Oh, good. Some meat.
they're. But now she realizes she can see the future, but
We
she
also
doesn't
had-
know what she's.
We
doing.
also had that really fun scene where she goes to the baby shower.
Yes.
There was that weird scene.
now, is that a fun scene?
I thought it was fun.
She
Yeah,
kept bringing
it's
the mood down.
She was being awkward, and I thought it was funny.
Jimmy
but that-
really likes Dakota Johnson.
I do like Dakota Johnson. But that's where we also met Emma Roberts. Right?
Yeah, Emma Roberts.
We met Emma Roberts there.
She is Peter Parker's
and
mom.
she's pregnant
She's
with
Mary
Peter.
Parker. She's
Yeah,
pregnant.
she's Mary
a child.
Parker.
They
Peter Parker's mom.
Oh wait, that happens after this though, because the balloon pops.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm sorry, Derek. That's
No,
right. This happens
you're
after
right
this.
though. She's starting to see the future. Then we cut back to Ezekiel, and he poisons her because he also has a power that he can inject venom into people.
he injected her twice.
Yeah, he did inject her twice. Yeah, they did. They did bang, and then
he bedded her, as Jimmy said earlier.
And she never had a one night stand ever again.
Nope, because he killed her.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he killed her.
and that's why you don't have one night stands,
I thought
kids.
you were just being traumatized.
No.
Have another one. I didn't know he killed her.
No, he killed her. The
Sydney
Spider
Sweeney.
Women, we have Sydney Sweeney and the
She
other
is Julia Carpenter, who later becomes Spider-Woman, the second Spider-Woman. Ariana or something like that.
I don't know.
And there was Maddie Franklin. Maddie Franklin became
She's
the third Spider-Woman years later.
But she's Spider Girl.
No, she's Spider-Woman. I forgot. I always get her confused with Mayday Parker, who is... We're showing Hugh again, aren't we?
Yes, we're
Yeah,
going
sure.
to continue whenever.
Hugh is not impressed at all.
He is not impressed with this knowledge.
You're going to fuck up your cutaway if you come into our shop.
Yeah.
How many dogs do we have? Cut to multiple dogs.
Yeah. We get a lot of Pepsi. We get a lot of Pepsi products.
Dude, Pepsi.
They're drinking Dakota Johnson
Pepsi's
and,
a literal plot
and
point in
Adam
this movie.
Scott are drinking
Pepsi
Mountain
funded that
Dew.
entire movie.
And then in the barbecue scene, she is specifically given a Pepsi. So that's fun. Yeah, Mike Epps dies. That's fun. Then we go to
Act 2.
Act 2.
Oh,
Oh, you just did the Smokey and the Bandit
Yeah.
thing. Got it.
Got it.
So then she's on a train, and then we get she starts having the visions of Ezekiel coming on there and killing all the
Spider-Woman.
Spider Women.
I don't think that's a bad sequence. That's
No,
a great
it's actually
sequence.
pretty cool.
I think it's okay.
It's actually good.
Some of the future sequences look good, I
Yeah,
think.
it's okay. It was well done.
It's an action movie about trying to prevent as much action as possible.
Then the way they interact on this train, you think that they don't know each other.
That's why I didn't
The women,
think.
That's
you
everybody-
think that the girls don't know each other. There's no banter. They don't.
There's no
refer to-
acknowledgement, like,
there's
oh,
no-
I know that person from
There's
school.
no acknowledgement. We have Dakota Johnson get all of them off the train, and they're all like, what's going on or something, and
She said you're all gonna die.
Get up. Get off. Get off. Get up. Me? Go. Get off. You're gonna die if you stay here. Get up.
Without any emotion, she runs to the train and says, "Quickly, quickly, get out! You're all going to die!
Yeah.
Quickly!"
And that's
no
her for
emotion.
most of the movie, though.
Yes.
Jimmy really likes Dakota Johnson. I don't get it, man.
Well, that's because you haven't seen this.
I know that when you see Madam Web, you're gonna love it. In fact, I think you're gonna see it twice.
Yeah, you're right. That was kind of a
That was something.
This changed everybody's mind except for me.
No, it's kind of a sensual promo. But so he puts on. They get on another train, I think, or no, he puts on his Spider-Man costume, and no, they get on another train. I don't know. I get lost.
How many trains?
She drops them off in the woods in New Jersey, and goes back to New York to try to figure it out.
Does she get a Peru?
Twice
No,
in this
not yet.
movie, she pulls a Gandalf, where she's like,
Yes.
"You stay here.
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna go off and find plot information, and,
Yes.
then come back."
And these 3 girls are in like dire danger.
Yeah.
And she's like, I'm just gonna leave the country for a week or 2.
In the Woods is where we found out that they all know each other, which I had no idea
But
that they knew each other.
they didn't mention
She's like, I
anything
live
till
in your
then.
building. You leave your junk mail down there all the time.
Well,
They're all
they're all connected, even to Dakota Johnson. But I'm talking about like I didn't know the girls knew each other because there was no
They're all
there's no evidence on the
they're all
train
part
that
of that
they know
web,
each other.
which is kind of I think. What
But they all apparently they all go to school together or something.
That's why they couldn't go to the cops.
Then they're all 4 orphans, right?
Yeah, they're
Pretty
all
much.
orphans.
So that
We're all
brings
connected.
these
Yeah,
characters
yeah, and
together.
her mother was dead, and her dad got deported.
None of us have parents.
They all had
It's
no-
like a Disney movie.
Yeah.
It's kind of the opposite of a Disney movie, really.
Yeah, it's a Sony movie.
It's just a-
And then that's the end of my notes, and I kind of
You missed the entire third act there.
I kind of got. I can remember.
You're
though.
winging it?
I'm winging
You're
it now.
winging it.
Oh,
I'm
whoa,
winging it.
whoa,
It's winging it.
I'm winging it.
Let's talk about that third act, though.
Yeah, so now we get to the third act. So she rescues the girls. They take them back to the apartment. Now we're at this part where now we're at the second Gandalf scene. She has to go to Peru to talk to the spider people, Peruvian spider people.
She says, "Keep it secret."
Yeah.
And then she leaves.
Yeah, then she leaves. And she leaves them with Ben Parker. And then somehow, of course, she Gandalf's back into the scene.
Literally, she's
Literally,
back.
she's back.
Oh, she Game of Thrones it. She like
Yeah,
I'm
last
gonna say
season
that
Game
last
of Thrones
season
it.
of Game of
Yeah,
Thrones.
she is just. I'm back from Peru.
I'm back from Peru.
A 2-day
We literally
trip.
have to wrap shit up, guys.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
I mean, I'm sure the flight to Peru is not that long, but it's like...
I'm sure it's not that short, though, from New York.
I mean, she probably had a layover in, like, Atlanta or something. They go to the warehouse that from the earlier scene of the movie where...
Fireworks warehouse.
The fireworks warehouse where O'Neill was killed. And, they...
Yeah, I kind of got lost there, too.
They get up to the roof. They're dodging fireworks. They're trying to get to the helicopter to save them. But then she, like, uses her web powers to save all.
Very Spider-Man thing to do.
Yeah, but it was very unclear how she was doing that to me.
It's all her mutant powers of, like, telepathy or something.
Does she have that?
She was jumping out of her body.
Yeah,
like,
she's using her. She's using her.
Doctor Strange's and goes.
She's using her cognitive powers because she has 2 powers.
Yeah.
She has corporeal, and it's her corporeal powers because she can like manifest herself out of her
Like
body.
what Doctor Strange does.
But is that clear to the viewers?
No, none of this movie is clear to anybody.
No, but she learns that from the
jungle.
from the Peruvian spider people.
Yeah.
As you have only now begun to realize your powers. And
Yes,
then
and he says
in the next scene she literally does it.
And he does
says, with great responsibility comes great power, or something like that.
yeah, he does the Uncle Ben line.
It's so, but they make it backwards, so it's like not quite, but it's bad.
And then she ends up like stopping Ezekiel, which I guess she kills him.
Yeah, well, Pepsi kills him.
Because the sign, the Pepsi.
The P and Pepsi.
The sign falls on him.
Yeah.
She gets shot in the face with a firework.
And all of a sudden she's blind and paralyzed.
I don't know.
So what do we think of this movie?
Do we not even care enough to go through each first?
Yeah.
I don't know.
It was watchable. It wasn't like Morbius. I thought Morbius was kind of painful.
I thought it was much better than Morbius.
Yeah,
I thought this was like watchable, but it was still like groan-inducing a lot.
So for me, Morbius was so bad that it was funny, but this one was so bad it was just. But also, not. I have like 3 different categories: so bad it's funny, so bad it's bad, and this one fell into a new one.
The middle, which is
so
kind of
bad
like
it's just nothing.
indifferent.
It's Madam Web.
You may call me Madam.
Wonder what Billy's doing. What would I even cut to?
Yeah.
Okay, well I gotta pee, so I have to leave this area.
No, we're
The situation. Oh, God, my back.
My back! My back!
It wasn't so bad, it was good. Like I hoped for. This one just gave me neutral feelings, which I'm not very comfortable with. Like, I like to feel something, and I felt nothing.
Now you end it.
You're showing off.
Maybe a little.